So good morning. Welcome to the Extraordinary Audit Committee meeting on Wednesday, 16th of December at 10:15 a.m. The first item on the agenda is apologies for absence, and Kay will read through the list of members and just indicate if they've given apologies or for them to indicate that they're present.
Okay, Councillor Castle.
Present.
Councillor Grimshaw.
Present.
Councillor Hill.
Present.
Councillor Purvis.
Present.
Councillor Rickaby.
Present.
Councillor Swinburne.
Present.
Councillor Swithenbank. No, he's not here. Councillor Towns.
Present.
I have apologies from Mr. Topping, independent member. Mr. Watson.
Present.
It's everyone, Chair.
Great. Does anyone know if Ian's coming at all? No, I haven't heard either way. That's fine. And the second item is disclosure of members' interests. If anyone has anything of a personal, pecuniary or otherwise conflicting interest that they think they should declare on any items in the agenda. Councillor Oliver?
Thank you, Chair. I don't think this is I need to make a declaration of interest, but I just want to be absolutely clear. This is obviously a report about governance, and I am a complainant, and I'm also subject to complaint. But I know that other people are too. So I just want to be, totally upfront about that. I'm not part of the committee. I'm here at the committee's invitation. And but I just thought I should make that point at the beginning of the meeting.
Thank you. Other people who are in a similar position have notified ahead of the meeting, who aren't actual members of the committee. Does anyone else have any interests? No, that's fine. Before we move on to item 3, obviously this isn't the standard agenda with it being an extraordinary meeting. And I've had under emergency business, I've had a question raised by 4 separate members. I'll just read it out. Obviously, there's been no time to respond to this, and it may be a report back at the next meeting or other suggestion. And I'll just read out the question if anyone has any immediate response. Somebody's asked, in the light of yesterday's news regarding the battery consortium, can we please have an update on the due diligence and who was involved in Northumberland County Council and Advance with carrying out the due diligence on this project? And given that they mentioned the fact the audit committee is in the transition of taking over the overseeing audit role regarding Advance. So I don't know if anyone wants to make an immediate response to that news that came yesterday.
I think it's premature, Chair. That's my initial response. It would be premature.
Okay. Alison?
Thank you, Chair. Just simply to say that internal audit has been asked to undertake some work around the due diligence, which was entered into before the arrangement was agreed. That work is at a very, very early stage. But obviously, as with everything else that internal audit does, it will be reported back at an appropriate time. But it's just at the beginning for the time being.
Brilliant. Great. Thank you very much. Nobody else on? Councillor Towns?
Thank you, Chair. When you say news yesterday, is that relating to the resignation of the chairman of the company?
I believe so. That was what was put in the question. I did see a bit of press coverage on that.
Because I'll just make the point now. I personally don't see the relevance. One individual who's a chairman, he's not the managing director or anything. He's the founder and a shareholder, I imagine. He seems to have stepped down as something that was 25 years ago in another country. It doesn't seem particularly relevant to whether or not there's an interest in encouraging that company to set up a factory in the northeast. But that's my immediate reaction. Don't see the relevance.
That's fine. Well, obviously, this has been raised by an actual number of members of the public. And you know how when people see things like that, they'll think, what's going on? What due diligence has been going on, given that there's this extra £1 billion that's needed? But it's obviously not. It was just to raise this issue. And obviously, from an audit committee point of view, question would be raised about due diligence, and the conclusion may be along the lines of what Councillor Town said, but I think we need to just seek assurance on that. Alison, did you have something else to add?
It was just basically to say, I think Councillor Towns raises a good point here. It isn't an audit of that individual. It's basically an audit of the due diligence in general around the arrangements. And I think, thank Councillor Towns for pointing that out. It is an important distinction to make.
Great. Anyone else on that? No? Okay, we'll look forward to hearing that in due course. So item 3 includes information that's exempt under Part 1 of Schedule 12A of the Local Government Act as it relates to staffing and other confidential issues. Can I see a show of hands? Is everyone happy that we move into camera? Everyone content with that? That's fine. Can we turn off the recording?